Hey guys, it's John, your Tennessee flying farmer. I was really hoping to join the December build challenge and get you guys a video every day and make some real progress with the Superduty, but that just didn't happen. There's way too much going on around the farm and just with everything going on, even inside the shop. On the farm wise, this is our calving season, so we've had over 60 calves born this month, which that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to keep everything up and going and feeding, and sometimes the day work turns into night work and finishing up crop season and all that here at the end of the year. And of course, there's just all the year-end stuff for work all the way around. But this has still been a very epic month. I've got a lot of stuff done. There's a lot of stuff in the works as usual, but I don't know if I can fit all this in one video or not. But anyway, let's get going.
This guy's good.
Now, here's our farmer, John Humberd.
Look at that! Oh my God!
That was good.
Whoa!
Okay, first things first, this Superduty build. Guys, honestly, there really hasn't been much happen with the Superduty at all this month. And, well, it all has to do with the fact that I still haven't been able to get it on its own feet. Still waiting on this whole front strut ordeal to get finalized. Well, I want to apologize to some of you guys because I know it's been years ago now that I started sort of advertising and showing this in videos and talking about it in Kitplanes Magazine. And I've had a lot of people reach out and say, hey, is it available? Is it ready? Where can I get one? What's it take? And well, guys, it's just not ready. I don't have the push that I need to get that followed through and actually out the door. So, and it's been a motivation killer for me on this plane too, because I have other parts I can be working on with the wings and stuff, but it's all a mind game. I want this thing on its 3 feet so bad I can't stand it. Anyway, this front strut is essentially ready to go. The actual strut itself is. The top spacer here needs just a little bit of tweaks made to it, which are actually relatively simple. The rest of the shock, I believe, is ready to retrofit and just replace with any of the 750 series planes, I believe. The only other thing is this lower bearing block, which needs a total remake. I've been trying to have it designed differently since the start. You could potentially use the Zenith plastic bearing and get the front strut without the spacer and come up with your own stack washers there or whatever it takes to get it to work. And just a little bit of rigging on your part, you could potentially make this work. The whole goal of this thing was to have an easily replaceable front strut unit that I really feel like will be an upgrade for you guys that are doing the off-airport stuff. I mean, the Zenith, not to knock Zenith at all, because their standard front strut it's robust, it works well. There's not any real big issues. I know some people struggle with the rubber donuts and stuff to get everything set up, and there's some squeak issues, whatever, but it does work. But this, I feel like, would be an upgrade potential for anyone with a 750 series. And of course, over 2 years in the works of waiting for me, I've been looking at mine so much, I've actually decided to make mine different yet. And I'm still trying to push to get this for you guys, but mine will be really a one-off design at this point, because I have brought these steering rods down through the floor, and the lower bearing block will be a solid mount instead of an actual vertical movement there. I'll go into more of that if you guys don't already know, but anyway, mine will be a one-off, completely different thing. So with that change, over 2 years waiting to get this one, and then I made that design change for mine. So I'm 3 years in at this point, waiting on some way to get this thing mounted up on its 3 feet. And that's, like I said, that's been a mind game. It's been a motivation killer in a way. So to go into the detail a little more of how mine is actually different, basically instead of the steering rods going out through the slots there, the pedals themselves actually go down through the floor and they'll articulate underneath. So the steering rods are actually completely underneath the fuselage, or that's the design concept I have for it. In the meantime, I have built the pedals completely out of titanium. And of course, since I've indulged in the titanium, I've started building the control system and a lot of that kind of stuff out of titanium as well. And it keeps getting bigger and deeper and more into the titanium. So this is the standard chromoly 750 Superduty Y stick. I've built the same thing out of titanium, and the weight difference is kind of insane if you can fill both of them. And that leads me back over to the single seater, which is work in progress. Anyway, with the whole titanium works, my newest sponsor is Racetech Titanium, and I'm getting enough parts and components ready to build the entire cabin frame for this airplane out of titanium. My plan is to essentially eliminate all of the chromoly from this single seat plane, even the gear strut mounts and all that kind of stuff. All of that I plan to build out of titanium. So I'm working with Racetech Titanium to get some of these files to them to be able to cut and get these pieces custom so I can weld and fabricate and get all this stuff manufactured for this plane. I'll be doing the brake pedals out of titanium, the control stick like I did on the Superduty. All of that control system will be titanium for this plane. So the goal is to have this plane really lightweight. Of course, you guys already know it's incredibly narrow. I'll show you some more of that maybe in the next video once I get things a little more settled and sorted with what's going on here. Let me back up just a little bit more and I'll show you some more of the Epic. You notice that's cleared out here just a little bit. In the last video, I've been working on clearing out the shop and doing a lot of rearranging. So another thing I've got going, the engine is almost ready for this farm truck again, which if you know, you know, and I'll post a little of that as we go too, but I'm just gonna leave that there for now. Okay. I know you guys want me to get to why is this video epic? What's going on here at the Humberd shop that makes this video epic? So I tell you what, let's just jump into it. Let me back up a little bit more here and I'll show you. There is something new sitting in the shop now. So back earlier this month, I had been looking for a while, but I found a 701 for sale out in Colorado that, well, this is the first one I've seen and I'm like, man, this fits. This is what I want to be flying. So back earlier this month, I made a trip out to Colorado, and long story short, this is now my plane. I brought this beast home from Colorado, and that trip home was epic itself. Unreal. The scenery out there, it's been on my bucket list to go fly out in Western Colorado with those guys anyway, because I've been seeing the videos and pictures and stuff posted. Anyway, the trip home was epic. I got to fly over a section of the Rocky Mountains with this new to me plane. Once I made it to Oklahoma, I ran into some crazy, incredible tailwinds. I looked down several, and this is a slow plane, guys. Those of you that aren't familiar with the 701, they're not known to be a fast plane at all. I mean, airspeed on these things are usually, I'm gonna say 70 to 85 miles per hour seems to be kind of the normal. Guys, I made it from Oklahoma all the way home in East Tennessee in 4 hours with this thing. There were several times I looked down to see the GPS ground speed and it was over 180 miles per hour. So that's a lot of miles covered. Anyway, made it from Western Colorado across part of the Rocky Mountains and all the way to East Tennessee in a 15-hour trip, and that includes run-up time, taxi time, all the extra stuff, hours involved in just getting started, getting going, whatever. Of course, now that I got it home, I had to do a few tweaks to it, so I've added my boom for my 360 camera mount. Really didn't want to make all that many changes yet. Of course, I had my sticker laying there and it was already made. That was in my scrap pile, so I threw it on here real quick. Just trying to make this thing mine. My intention for this plane is to eventually potentially upgrade a few more things with it and flip it. I'd like to sell it once I get my other builds in the back up and going. This is kind of a gap filler. I want to be able to fly and have fun and all that kind of stuff. So now that I've got this plane and I am in the air with it, I will be posting some more flying videos, and that's what the epic part of this is. So that's why it's epic. There's just, man, I'm excited about this. I'm excited to be in the air with this plane, making videos for you guys. You'll see, moving forward, not only will you see the build stuff happening in the background, but I'll include some flying footage for you guys around here, East Tennessee, locally mostly. I may stretch out and do a couple of stall events with this thing. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how things go. But anyway, I'm excited about this plane. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good times to be had here. So it's been a while. I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still going. I'm still chugging along at several different kinds of projects. Thank you all who've reached out and checked up on me. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. December has been crazy here for sure, but epic in a lot of ways too. So I'm really looking forward to 2026. Hope you all are too. My ultimate goal for 2026 is to get this Super Duty in the air, if I can get, this whole front strut thing figured out. And anyway, thank you all for watching very much. And until next time, see ya.